their Air Force. So they're not all sitting on the ground. They're in the air and being used.
So is that part of the money that they're not going to pay us back? Do these planes?
No, I don't think so. As I recall, and I'm not 100% sure of this, but I believe the Shah paid cash for most of the things that he got from us. He had a lot of money after all, and he paid cash on the barrelhead, as do the Iranians now. Of course, they're not trading with us today, but they have been. All of the foodstuffs that they have bought, everything else, it's cash on the barrelhead. There are no loans involved there.
Okay, one other thing I had to say is I heard other people mention commando raids, and I think everybody's just about ruled it out, but I was in a little place called Way City during that Tet Offensive, and I fought in a built-up area. And that town right there, if we ever got anybody in, I don't think we'd get them out.
Well, that's what General Singlab said, what General Graham said. General Graham said to me that it's a matter of how many lives are we prepared to lose. And he ought to know because he was in charge of the Mayaguez situation, and we lost more men than we saved. In other words, more military lives were lost than the lives that we saved in that situation. There may be other ramifications, there may be other reasons for doing what we do, but we have to decide, are we attempting to get the people out? Are we attempting to be punitive? Are we going to go to an all-out war? How many lives are we prepared to lose in anything that we do?
Well, on the Mayaguez thing, the only thing as far as I know, it hasn't happened again, an incident like that. As far as I know, anyway.
Well, that's right. And that's one of the reasons for our standing up. And because we've done nothing, that's why in Calcutta and Islamabad and other places around the world, they feel perfectly free to just destroy anything of ours and rampage and sack.
It's like if D.B. Cooper had been caught, how much, would there have been as many hijackings following that? Do you think that kind of, you know what I'm saying? In other words, the first guy did it and got away with it, and it kind of sparked the whole string of that stuff.
Yep, you're absolutely right, my friend. That's the reasoning behind it all. Now at Trustworthy Hardware Store, Skills 7 1/4-inch circular saw number 574 for only $36.88, and Skills cordless drill and screwdriver number 2002 now only $32.88. See their ad in Friday's LA Times and visit Pacoima Hardware, 13273 Van Nuys Boulevard in Pacoima, and Farron Woodworking Supply, 25889 Bellport in Harbor City. Now, is your car getting old before its time? Does it start its day and your day with a slow start, with bucking, stalling, and rough idling? Since you've just recently had a tune-up, the spark plugs and points are probably in good shape. All of these problems can be caused by a dirty, clogged carburetor. Gum Out, a Pennzoil product, helps clean dirty carburetors. Gum Out in your gas tank 4 times a year, and Gum Out spray on your carburetor linkage will help keep your car running smoothly between tune-ups. When you use Gum Out, you're giving your carburetor all it needs to help prevent rough starts, stalling, and rough idling, and make it a really smooth performer. Gum Out Carburetor Cleaner is on sale now at World Auto Supply, 12212 Brookhurst in Garden Grove, and see Randy or at Save More Auto Parts, 18173 Chatsworth in Granada Hills.
This weekend would be a great time to get a giant jump on holiday shopping, and a great place is at Silverwoods during their holiday weekend sale. Silverwoods has all their best for Christmas at spectacular savings. Men's suits, sportswear, women's fashions, all their best for Christmas. Now at Silverwoods Holiday Weekend Sale.
Save at Silverwoods Holiday Weekend Sale wool blend vested suits, originally to $195, now sale priced at just $159.90. Hi, this is Hilly Rose. You're on KMPC. Good evening.
Oh, Master Hilly Rose, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
You are very wise man. You have many broad statements to say tonight. You think very nice and wisely. You should come to Iran.
What would I do there?
To be like our consular. You make a good one.
Well, if the Iranians would deal in the world in ways that everybody accepts as civilized and intelligent, then fine. But otherwise,
Correction.
you don't deal with mobs.
Correction. When you have people I seen in your country here, people who sing your national anthem and praise the president, and next time they turn around and hate your president. We have Ayatollah Khomeini. He is very Islamic man, very strong in Allah, and we are deep religious people. Look back to your past. You have president who has cheated your own country. You have politicians who have been grafted by people who puts them in office for power. Power for what? Not religion, money. They go to countries and they say, we help you, poor people. No, it goes to the very top but not to the people.
I'm glad you said that, because it occurred to me today that we have aided so many of these countries, like India today.
Sure.
We have sent tremendous amounts of aid over there, and what do we get? We get our embassy sacked. How about Pakistan? The same thing. As far as I'm concerned, the rest of the world can go to hell from here on in. I don't think we should send any food to Cambodia. I think we should let the people do whatever they want in the world and leave us alone, and from here on in we'll worry about ourselves.
Yes, but right now you worry about yourself. You have all these things going on in your very own country.
I don't have anything going on in my country. The difference between what you're talking about here, we don't hate our president, and we may feel that he is doing the wrong thing. But let me make my point. It is like brothers and sisters. We may squabble, we may call each other names, but when it comes right down to it, don't you, on the outside, say anything about us, because we are unified as a family, in any family, or as a people. And as far as I'm concerned, we may have defects, but come on, Charlie, we got defects here that are saintly by comparison to the defects of what goes on in Iran.
I respect you, my Sahib, for that statement, but please, your people are very powerful, but they never can be heard, because your government, your politicians, everybody is against your own people. They don't give them to say, we put you in office, we elect you, now you do what we want. No, they don't. They do it for themselves.
I don't buy that for 1 second. The difference is nobody elected the Ayatollah. Nobody elected him to office. But we elect our people, and if we don't like him, we'll change him.
Okay.
At least we have that right. But a dictatorship, which is all that is a dictatorship. That's not. That doesn't say to me that people support what's going on there.
We have many people who are pro-American in Iran. Not anti, pro-American.
Why? We're the devils. Why would they be pro-American?
Why? Because you Westerners have shown many wonderful things, medicine, school, things we never see before. We like to learn.
Well, it's clear that who's against us. Who's against us are the ignorant, backward, agrarian people who only know one thing, who are religious followers, and anything that Khomeini says is fine with them. But I have not seen the businessmen, I have not seen the leadership, I have not seen the educated peoples of Iran stand up. Nowhere are they being heard from, because they know good and well that Khomeini is wrong.
If this was Russia, like Czechoslovakia when they had the revolution, the people, what do Russians do? They come in with their tanks, their soldiers and guns, and they stamped it out. You Americans will never do that.
That's exactly right. We never will. That's what's wrong with us right now.
Because the Russian people are just watching with all laughter and smile on this tension that's going on, and we poor Iranians are suffering.
Why don't the poor Iranians pull themselves together and start going to work and working in the fields and getting their industry going and getting their commerce going, instead of running around marching and shaking their fists?
Have you ever been to Iran?
No, I've unfortunately never been there.
You should go there before you say something like that.
Why?
to learn the roots of the people. That's where
What are the roots of the people? Tell me.
That's where your diplomatic service never get to the people.
Oh, I understand that. We don't get to the people in most countries.
It goes to the aristocrat, the big fat politicians.
Well, isn't that true everywhere?
No.
It isn't true everywhere? Tell me where it isn't true.
Someday, I called you once about ICI, Iranian counterintelligence. About the 50,000 people, students here are not all students. 80% of them are trained in Russia, KGB, Russian trained.
Oh, hey, you're a good one to ask. Is the Ayatollah not really the Ayatollah? Does he have 9 fingers or 10?
No, that's all hogwash. I don't believe it.
Thank you very much. I don't believe any of the rest of it either. Hey, do you need carpet? Try a unique experience. Try Carpet Manufacturer's Warehouse. Carpet Manufacturer's Warehouse has been in business for 60 years with unbelievable savings on better quality carpet, on closeouts, discontinued patterns, experimental styles and colors, seconds, roll-ins, and remnants. Padding available as low as 49 cents per square yard. Carpet Manufacturer's Warehouse has 50,000 square feet, filled with a huge selection of newest textures and styles. Thousands of rolls in every color imaginable. Every roll clearly price tagged. Seeing is believing. The largest operation of its kind in the country. Carpet Manufacturer's Warehouse is open 7 days a week, 9 to 6. Take the Santa Ana Freeway to City of Commerce, exit Garfield, turn left on Garfield, past Slauson to Randolph Street. Right on Randolph to 6111. See the detailed map in the Los Angeles Sunday Times front section. Call Carpet Manufacturer's Warehouse at 685-8743. That's area code 213-685-8743. See the ad in Sunday Times front section. Bring your truck or trailer, or they'll ship anywhere. All right, time now for the very latest news, and then we shall return with another hour of mirth and merriment right here on the Hilly Rose Show. I thought that was Charlie Chan when he first started talking. Maybe it was. Who knows? All right. Here comes Ken Beck on KMPC in Los Angeles, and he says the U.S. is clipping some Iranian wings. Ken?
U.S. government, Hilly, kicking the Iranian military students out of their cockpits today. The Pentagon announcing that some 275 flight trainees from Iran will be grounded TFN. Some of them are training with the Air Force, others with the Navy. They will continue, though, to receive on-the-ground instruction here in the United States on how to be good fighter-bomber pilots. Some behind-the-scenes rumors circulating around to the effect the U.S. might be willing to let the UN Security Council deal with the Shah of Iran if the 49 American hostages are cut free. Nobody's talking about that one in public very much. The only public statements today were from Iran renouncing responsibility for $15 billion in loans from foreign banks. And from the White House, President Carter telling the Ayatollah each American hostage is as important as the other 48. Outside the embassy in Tehran today, about 20 American students were walking along with anti-Shah banners. As you might expect, that display got a cheer from the crowds. The students saying they think the Shah should be extradited regardless of the hostage situation. Some people in the news tonight. Actress Merle Oberon, a major figure in Hollywood during the Golden Age, died today. Jim Thompson with the story.
One of the screen's great beauties, Merle Oberon, has died of a massive stroke. Miss Oberon was stricken at her home in Malibu. She was taken to the intensive care unit of Cedars-Sinai Hospital. A spokesman said she slipped into a coma and never regained consciousness. Miss Oberon's husband, actor Robert Walter, and her 2 children were at her side when she died. The 68-year-old actress was born on the island of Tasmania and educated in India. Miss Oberon enjoyed a long career in motion pictures. Among her films were The Scarlet Pimpernel in 1934 and A Song to Remember in 1945. Memorial services will be private. They're set for November 28th at All Saints Episcopal Church.
79-year-old actress Mary McLaren from the earlier silent picture age won a court battle today to keep her own life together. Mary encountered a judge. The judge wanted to appoint a conservator to handle her affairs, but she talked him out of it today. And she is back home tonight in full charge of her own dogs and cats here in Los Angeles. Stan Barrett was only warming up today when he pushed his rocket car over the 500-mile-per-hour barrier out in the desert near Edwards Air Base. Stan wants a new land speed record before he's through, and he's going to try and break the sound barrier on land. He says that'll take about 750 miles an hour. He would like to try it Sunday or Monday. Liza Minnelli is getting married for the 3rd time. This time it's Mark Jarrow, her stage manager, on one of her Broadway efforts. We'll check with Steve Arvin next. Speaking of showbiz, and the Lakers are consistent, if not successful. KMPC News Time, 11:03.
Going away on business? What if Eastern Airlines told you that for only $49 more, you could take along another person to Atlanta? Who would you pick?
That's easy. For as little as $49, I'd take someone else from the office. But for as little as $49, my wife might like to go. No, I'd take my son. On the other hand...
Introducing Eastern Airlines Partner Fare. Beginning December 1st, for only $49 more than your own one-way adult day or night coach fare, you can take someone along to Atlanta. Or for just $79 to $99 more, you can take someone to Savannah, Raleigh-Durham, Orlando, or 19 other cities. Just show your Eastern full-fare coach ticket when you purchase our Partner Fare. Buy it at least 24 hours in advance and travel together.
Maybe I should take someone from work. Or what about my Uncle Fred? My Aunt Sophie? Why would I want to take my Aunt Sophie? But for only $49.
Of course, we never said picking a partner for Eastern's Partner Fare would be easy. Just the fare is.
We have to earn our wings every day.
List your home with Realty Register. And if we can't deliver a qualified buyer in 90 days based on a mutually agreed upon price, we'll deliver $500 in cold cash. So you can't lose, because we deliver the buyer or we deliver the bucks. Realty Register, America's best brokers.
For participating offices and complete terms, call 213-956-0600. That offer ends December 31. Time now for a check with Steve Arvin, our entertainment man, and Ed Mintz with Cinema Score.
Today's Cinema Score will rate And Justice for All. The movie stars Al Pacino, Jack Warden, and John Forsythe. It's about the abuses and excesses of our legal system. There is a dedicated Baltimore trial lawyer, Al Pacino, of high moral integrity and deep belief in justice, who tries to get an innocent man out of jail. He runs into a lot of other problems, and it's a very interesting and funny film at times. Let's find out what the ticket-buying public thinks with Ed Mintz of Cinema Score. Ed, how many people did you pull for And Justice for All?
Well, Steve, we pulled a little over 400 people, and the lines were very long.
Okay, and who showed up?
Well, 62% said they were drawn by Al Pacino. That puts him in the superstar class.
Yes, sir.
35% said they came to see a courtroom drama, and those were the two major reasons.
Okay, who's it for?
Everyone. It got A's across the board. In fact, under 18 gave it an A+.
Okay. In my review on KMPC, I gave And Justice for All a B+.
Well, the people, as I said, gave it an A, and that meant that if this film attracts your interest, chances are 90% that you'll like it, and that makes it a winner.
Yes, sure is. Thanks, Ed. See you next time. KMPC grades all major current films playing in Southern California. Today's grades for And Justice for All: the critic, B+, the public, A.
By the way, Steve, And Justice for All is now the #1 movie in our top 25, just nipping out time after time.
Okay, and our listeners can get a copy of that top 25 by sending a self-addressed stamped envelope to KMPC at 5858 Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. We'll send you a free copy of that Cinema Score score sheet. Stay tuned for another Cinema Score feature on 710 KMPC.
In sports tonight, in the NBA, the Lakers lost their third straight on the road, dropping a 126-112 decision to the Suns at Phoenix. Julius Erving scored 41 points. Bobby Jones had 25 as Philly beat Houston 113-102. Boston made it 10 wins out of their last 12, defeating Indiana 118-103. Detroit belting Milwaukee. That score 119-100. Elsewhere, San Antonio ripped Washington 128-108. Kansas City blasting San Diego 107-91. Chicago turning back Atlanta 103-98. And Seattle down Portland 94-90. College football, 5th-ranked Florida State completing a perfect season with a 27-16 win over Florida. And Houston kept its slim Cotton Bowl hopes alive, defeating Texas Tech at the Astrodome 14-10. Pac-10 rep to the Rose Bowl, of course, determined tomorrow afternoon. UCLA versus USC at the Coliseum and here on KMPC. Our coverage begins with Terry Donahue at 12:55. KMPC Airwatch weather. Fair through Sunday. Some gusty winds below the canyons at times. Look for highs mid-70s, lows mid to upper 40s with good air quality. 61 degrees right now in Hollywood. That's KMPC News. I'm Ken Beck, and once again, Hilly Rose.
Thank you very much, Ken. And did you have a good turkey yesterday? Okay. The turkey is still here, friends, apparently. Don't forget, we are delighted to offer to you free the KMPC flag. I shouldn't put it that way. It's the American flag that we are offering free. There is no advertising on it of any kind. It is just an American flag with a fringe, and it will snap onto your antenna on your automobile That is the antenna of your radio. And it says we are united as Americans. It says we grieve for the Americans who have been killed in the disturbances the last few days. And a lot of other things. So if you would like this free flag, just send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, and not postcards now. Remember, you need to send us a self-addressed stamped envelope. A number 10 would be best. Send it to KMPC Flag, 5858 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, 90028. On a happier note, big Santa Claus parade coming up this weekend, and a lot of folks will be there. KMPC has its own float, and Dick Whittinghill will be on the float, and Robert W. Morgan, and some character by the name of Hilly Rose, and Johnny Mathis will be on our float as well. Lots of stars in the Hollywood parade, so I hope that you will turn out for it. First time this year ever. It's going to be right all down Sunset Boulevard and then up Hollywood Boulevard, and so there's a lot room now. I guess last year they had, 400,000 people, 500,000 people turned out, and they could only accommodate 400,000. So now they figure they can accommodate 1 million people, and I would assume that way, just about anybody who wants to turn out for the parade will be able to see it, and of course it will also be on television on our sister station KTLA. What else is going on? Monday night of the program, I'm going to be talking with Lester Brown. He has done a study in which he says that it's going to cost you $50 to fill the tank of your automobile. And he says look for $2 a gallon in the early 80s and $3 within the lifetime of your new gas guzzler. And he wonders about the future of the automobile in an oil-short world. Also next week, some lady mechanics. A man is going to tell you how to be sick now and pay later. And all kinds of things like that there. When we have rescheduled that interview that we did not get on last week with the two men talking about doing business with Red China, we rescheduled that for Christmas week, December 18th. Well, after all, Santa Claus wears a red suit, right? So it works out. All right, our telephone numbers, and we'll get right into it. In Los Angeles, 460-5710. In Orange County, 972-0710. In the San Fernando Valley, 989-0710. In San Pedro, Long Beach, Compton, Torrance, Lomita, Redondo, the number 519-0710. Mainboard number 460-5710.
Pick a pickup, pick a winner. Now at your Southern California GMC truck dealers, it's cleanup time, and that means time to take advantage of the old prices on every new 1979 model in stock. Your nearby GMC truck dealers have over 2,000 winning light-duty trucks to choose from. Your model, your style, your color, all going at cleanup value prices while they last. So if you've even considered a pickup or van for work or play, now's the time to shop GMC for economy. You'll find great buys on pickups, V6s and diesels for economical mileage, vans, suburban station wagons, and the tough four-wheel drive GMC Jimmy. A full line to check out, test drive, and compare against all the others. The 1980s are coming in every day, so the 79's gotta go at the best values of the year. Pick a pickup at a winning price. Now at your Southern California GMC truck dealers. He's dealing.
The Los Angeles Ballet is holding their first subscription drive this season. Experience the thrill of live performances, the grace and beauty of classical ballet, the excitement of two new world premieres. Plus, subscribers will get preferred seats at lower prices and the added bonus of the lavish full-length production of The Nutcracker at the Music Center. The Los Angeles Ballet is exciting, young, versatile. Don't miss this opportunity to be an early subscriber. Call now for subscription information. Los Angeles Ballet.